2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
The bright lights and tall buildings of downtown. Now the starting group for the Milwaukee Bucks. Giannis is the 4 with Lopez the 5. Holiday out there with Dante DiVincenzo. And it's Middleton in at the 3 spot. And for the Clippers, Baca is out there with Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Paul George. Then there's Batum. And it's Beverly in at the 1. Now here is Holiday. And it's slammed in by Holiday.
And Holiday's nimbleness gets him to the hoop on that one. His athletic ability is off the charts.
And there's the pass to Ibaka. Now here's George. Antetokounmpo pulls it in.
All alone from mid-range. They know he won't miss many of those.
Middleton looking it over. Shoots over Leonard. And that one goes long. Here now the Clippers. Here's George. Nails the wide open jump shot. We got a lot of talent in the front court tonight between these two teams, Doris. That's where a lot of the focus for us will be.
We will have an opportunity to see offense being run through the low post. So the interior defense is going to have to be strong. Will you send an extra defender? Where will that defender come from? There's a lot to play out here tonight, Kevin.
In the long strides of Antetokounmpo, once he gets downhill, there's almost no stopping him.
Now here's Leonard. Outside, George. Kicks it out to Leonard. Stolen by Middleton. For the finish. Hammers it home to polish off the break.
Want easy looks? Don't allow the defense to set up.
What a beautiful fast break opportunity, and the finish pretty good.
Here's Leonard. Over Giannis. Leonard, no luck. Bucks have gone 3 of 4 from the field to start out the game. Lopez finds Antetokounmpo. Now here's DiVincenzo. On the wing, Holiday. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Count that bucket.
80% from the field to start, playing with a ton of confidence.
For Los Angeles, they've gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. George against DiVincenzo. That's in. He's got 2 made now, and he's shooting 2 for 3.
Well, just solid work in the painted area. Paul George, quality look, excellent decision.
And Paul George, Doris, kind of a late bloomer coming up in high school. His older sister used to give him the business on the blacktop. Of course, eventually, he found his stride, and the rest is history.
It took some encouraging from older sis and his high school coach, who actually had to threaten him with running suicides to get the guy to shoot more. And think about it. This guy plays his college basketball at mid-major Fresno State. That's really where he got onto the NBA radar.
Bucks leading by 6. And it's Antetokounmpo penetrating. Lopez. It's hauled in by the Clippers. Now the Clippers moving it up. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
Batum brings length and a versatile game to his spot on the wing, and his defense always a big asset for this team. He's the kind of player that everybody needs to have out there, kind of a glue guy.
And Los Angeles will go for a different look here. Zubac is checked in for Ibaka. DeMarcus Cousins comes in for Kawhi Leonard. Luke Kennard, he's checked in for George. And Reggie Jackson subbed in for Patrick Beverly. Now here's Teague. Passes it to Portis. Here's Connaughton. There's the lob to Portis. Up high to stuff the alley-oop.
Oh, phenomenal alley-oop slam there.
They are taking advantage of a team that looks lost out there. Outside Jackson. Pass to Kennard. 3-pointer. It's rebounded by Portis.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
He kicks it to T. Back to Portis. And Portis throws it down.
Well, a point guard must understand window of opportunity, and Jeff Teague specializes in exactly that.
Pass to Kennard. No good that time. And Milwaukee the other way now. 4 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Connaughton passes to Portis. And Portis throws it down.
Adding to their advantage, trying to find a way to blow this one open.
One of the things they're doing is identifying favorable matchups and then going at them.
And Jackson gets it to go.
Not an easy basket for Jackson. He doesn't shoot a really high percentage, but he does make a lot of tough hoops.
Teague for 3. And he got that one up in time, but doesn't go in. And so it's the Milwaukee Bucks in. Earlier tonight, we spoke with Paul George about how they've integrated.
Everybody has a chip on their shoulder.
Greg, that last point is key. This team plays lockdown defense.
And that's a big part of their identity. Most teams talk about being well balanced. This team lives it.
And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. When you consider how the Bucks are doing, what do you guys think?
Well, you come in thinking they're going to settle for perimeter jump shots. Think again.
They've certainly made the commitment to pounding the basketball into the painted area, and boy, is it paying dividends.
And a chance here presented by Gatorade to see who's on the floor. All fueled up and ready to go for the start of the second quarter. And Milwaukee looking at who they've got. P.J. Tucker is out there with Bobby Portis. Then it's Chris Middleton. And it's Connaughton in at the 2 guard. So it's the Bucks now after the basket by Los Angeles. And around a minute gone here in the second quarter. Jackson passes to Zubac. And here's Kennard. Takes the 3. It's rebounded by Portis.
You will not see this guy miss many of those. He's one of the keys to their floor spacing.
Boy, Greg, there is a lot to like offensively for Luke Kennard.
I tell you, he can shoot it. He's a crafty finisher and really improving as a passer. The question mark is the defensive end. 6'5" in height and wingspan, not elite tool, so he's got to get by on his instincts and his anticipation. And their shots are falling now with more regularity than we saw at first.
Here is Forbes. Over Jackson. Forbes can't get it to go. And pushing it up. Here's Los Angeles. And Kennard wide open. He shoots. Hits the three-point bomb. Kennard's got 5 now.
And the defense scattered all over the place on the break. Nice job finding the wide open 3.
Here is Forbes. Guarded by Jackson. Forbes can't get it to go.
Boy, a really tough quarter for this guy. Just struggling to make shots right now.
Big group substitution here for the Clippers. Serge Ibaka has checked in for Zubac. Leonard comes in for DeMarcus Cousins. Paul George, he's checked in for Morris. And it's Patrick Beverley in for Reggie Jackson. Antetokounmpo's checked in for Milwaukee. Teague comes in for Bryn Forbes. Now, here's Kennard. 5 points in the game. The shot comes out. And there's the call on Patrick Beverley. That is his first foul of the game. Nicholas Batum, he's checked in for Kennard. DiVincenzo against George. It's deflected. Stolen by George. And here again, Los Angeles in transition. Up the court they go. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
Well, what you love about Serge Ibaka, yes, he has tremendous size and reach and great athleticism, but he plays his role to a T.
Antetokounmpo's checked in for Chris Middleton. You know, Greg, we know there's some power finishers in the NBA like Giannis Antetokounmpo, but he complains a lot that he needs to sell contact rather than muscle through it. How do you evaluate those kind of power finishers in the game?
Well, I mean, there's still power will always play a role, especially when you can add in quickness and athleticism. And I think you start right there with Giannis. I mean, he's kind of epitomizes that. LeBron obviously is still in that category. And a guy like Kawhi Leonard, he can send you into the stanchion when he gets going downhill as well.
5 to shoot. Leonard kicks to George.
Oh, great ball movement there.
And a little under 3.5 minutes elapsed in the second quarter of play. Now, Giannis. 6 points for him. And he finishes nicely on the layup. Antetokounmpo's got 4 points this quarter.
And I really marvel at the touch of Antetokounmpo for his size and physique. That's incredible.
Now, here is Ibaka. And George kicks to Beverly. .54 seconds left in the first half. And no good. The kick out to Antetokounmpo. No good on that one. The Clippers go the other way with it. And here we go. Fast break. Beverly's got it. And the basket is good. Leonard's got his first points in this one. Several lead changes going on here in the early portion of this game.
It reminds me of that Cameo song, Back and Forth.
It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Giannis passes to DiVincenzo. Back to Antetokounmpo. Can't hit from in close.
I'll tell you, most of the time this guy's going to finish that, but that was tremendous defense that prohibits him from completing the play.
I tell you what, it's almost like stealing to watch how he plays the game from this seat.
One of the best defensive players in the entire...
Thank you, David, and we'll be back after halftime as the third quarter gets underway.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
The first quarter didn't play out the way the Clippers had hoped. They wasted no time putting themselves in. And that's...
And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. Without question, George displaying his skills today.
Man, he's been running wild on him through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
Boy, he has been shouldering the load. Aggressive, skilled, talented, and thus far unstoppable.
Patrick Beverly out there with Paul George. And it's Ibaka. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. And it's Morris in at the 3. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Clippers. Now here is Holiday. Giannis outside.
And they really all have confidence in Antetokounmpo to run that set. They're willing to put every aspect of their offense in his hands.
Here's George. He's got 9. Here's Ibaka, and off the left side of the rim, and it swirls in for him. Ibaka's got the lead up to 4 now for the Clippers. Holiday looking for an opening. And they call the foul. And folks, the coach's challenge has been initiated for a personal foul. Close game like this, and he thought it wasn't a good call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Boy, that open look set up by Kawhi Leonard, that's probably the most underrated aspect of his game.
Holiday, the pass to Lopez. And pushing it up, here's the Clippers. George has got the ball, and foul call. Looks like they had a clear path to the basket. He'll be shooting 2 free throws, and they'll retain possession. Greg, if you're a small market team, how do you convince stars that you've drafted and developed to stay and re-sign?
It's a great question, Kevin. I actually think in a lot of ways it's easier today because you can be box office. You can be a superstar in a small market and have the name recognition because of the era we play in. And so I think the biggest way to keep them there is to build a championship caliber team around them. I think that is your saving grace. If you can prove to them that you can build a championship caliber team, I don't really think that there is a reason to want to leave.
It's a solid blueprint. Now here's Middleton. Following the miss by Marcus Morris, Middleton banked in off the glass.
That makes 3 in a row to start the second half.
Not quite 2.5 minutes played here in the second half. And here's Jackson. The pass to Kennard. Zubats kicks to Kennard. Another shot. Passes to Cousins. Kennard trying to break loose. An easy 2 points on the layup. Cousins has got his first 2 points of the night.
Well, nice finish. DeMarcus has the ability to absorb contact and still make the play.
Pass to DiVincenzo. He feeds it to Lopez. From 7. And there are the Bucks with another bucket.
Boy, love watching Brook Lopez go to work. Superb at playing to his strengths down on the box.
And we have an intentional foul there, GA. Wish I could say why.
That one's pretty strange. I mean, no idea what got into his head right there.
Nicholas Batum. He's checked in for Los Angeles. Paul George comes in for Morris. Now here's Jackson. Pass to Kennard. From the arc. It's not going to go for him.
This shot's just, it's not there right now. With his team leading, perhaps, let's focus on some other areas of the game. Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
Catching up on the changes for the Clippers. Ivica Zubats has checked in for Nicholas Batum. And Morris subbed in for Paul George. It's stolen. And here comes Jackson leading the fast break. Here's Zubats. It's good. The assist this time from Jackson. Zubats has got the lead up to 6 now for Los Angeles. Teague with the ball. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. The pass to Portis. And the Bucks miss again.
And this is a shot he can definitely make, and the defense not a factor at all.
Teague against Jackson. Kennard for 3. Antetokounmpo pulls it in.
You know what, though? Sometimes you can be too open. I think it may have surprised him, and that's why he missed.
Teague, the pass to Tucker. Teague deciding where to go with it. Basket good.
Jeff Teague's such a seasoned veteran. He knows exactly what to do when the defense is playing them in the pick and roll.
Now here's Jackson. Passes it to Kennard. Jacks up a 3, and that would have counted, but his shot was off the mark this time. And we've reached the end of the third. And let's take this opportunity now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter for him.
And when you're the beneficiary of a pass that good, you better deliver. And he did just that.
Well, this has been a great contest so far, and I imagine the fourth quarter could have even more action in store for us. Big group substitution here for the Clippers. Zubac is checked in for Ibaka. Cousins comes in for Kawhi Leonard. Morris is checked in for Nicholas Batum. And it's Kennard in for Patrick Beverley. And then for Milwaukee, Antetokounmpo is checked in for Chris Middleton. Pat Connaughton comes in for Bryn Forbes. And it's Teague in for Dante DiVincenzo. On the court for the Bucks, PJ Tucker is out there with Antetokounmpo. Then there's Teague. Then there's Bobby Portis. And it's Connaughton in at the 2 spot.
Well, that's his second 3 of the game. 1 in the first half, 1 here.
Teague against Jackson. Teague, the pass to Portis. Here's Connaughton. Bucks passing it around. Here's Teague. Pass to Portis. Lays it up off the glass.
The defense not putting up any fight on the inside. They've allowed 10 straight points in the paint.
A little over a minute of the fourth quarter gone right now. Pass to Kennard. Lets the 3 fly. The rebound by the Bucks. Portis has got 4 rebounds now tonight. And Portis throws it down.
And now this game's taken on a whole new feel since halftime.
What energy we're seeing. Something has lit a fire under both of these teams.
Now here's Kennard. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Kennard's got 5 points in the quarter.
And the D not really doing its job there. A little slow to react to the ball getting into the paint.
Outside Teague. From 13, here's Portis. And it's the Clippers with the rebound. Zubac has got his 5th rebound in this one. A platoon swap here for the Clippers. And some changes here for the Bucks. Beverley looking around. Here's Leonard looking for Ibaka. He gets it there. And Ibaka slams it in.
And how about Ibaka getting off the floor for that dunk? What a great finish.
Now the pass to DiVincenzo. For 3, Middleton. He can't get that one, so Los Angeles will take it the other way. And Batum kicks to Beverley. Free throw line jump shot, and it's good off the back of the rim and in. And now a 7-point Los Angeles lead. Giannis against Leonard. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
And attacking with all that length. When Giannis drives, he's either scoring or at least getting the foul.
Los Angeles calls timeout. And now let's take a look at the New Balance player of the game, Luke Kennard.
And I love that it's been a hard-charging performance. Jump shots have been kind of an afterthought. His main goal has been to attack the rim and put the D in some tough spots and also finishing strong.
He's had the fans behind him tonight, and that's really been a key for him. Once he got going, they sensed it could be a special night every time he touched the ball. And we've got an update here, so let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline.
Hey, Kevin, during that last break, I heard Tyronn Lue as he talked with the team. His concern was both their inconsistency and their amount of three-point shots. He said, let's move the ball for good shots. If you have an open 3, take it. Otherwise, let's attack the rim and put some pressure on these guys. Kevin?
Now here's Leonard. Feeds it to Ibaka. And Ibaka slams it in.
I have always loved the intensity with which Serge Ibaka plays, especially on the glass. He understands how to use his length.
And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
Nice work to get it inside and draw the contact.
First free throw is good, and that narrows the gap to 7. Both free throws good from Antetokounmpo.
Nice work there. This is a point in the game where if you get a chance to close the gap, you've got to make the most of it.
George looking around. Outside Leonard. Over onto Kumbo. It's hauled in by Giannis.
That's a shot he makes with regularity, but that time the defense up to the challenge.
DiVincenzo passes to Middleton. And it's blocked by Ibaka.
Boy, still a dependable shot blocker. That is what got Serge Ibaka playing time at the beginning of his career. Nice.
And George kicks to Batum. Pass to George. Lets it go with a three. Rebounded by the Bucks.
They've got to take the first good shot they can find.
And they've got to be efficient with the clock. Quick score, quick foul. Well, that's not easy to box out like that. It's just great footwork, and that gave him just the time he needed.
Leonard with no one around. Drills the three-pointer. Leonard's got the lead up to 9 now for Los Angeles. And the dunk by Giannis.
Well, that leadership from Lopez, wanting to get his guys involved with his passing ability.
Beverly up top. And so Los Angeles takes the win. Probably a look. Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that's going to do it tonight. You're looking live and down. Let's take a look at our starters for Portland. Collins plays the 4 with Nurkic at the 5. Hollis Jefferson is out there with Damian Lillard. And it's Covington in at the small forward spot. And for Los Angeles, Kawhi Leonard is out there with Ibaka. Then it's Paul George. Then it's Patrick Beverley. And it's Batum in at the 3, the small forward. Now, here's Lillard. From deep three-point range, Batum grabs the miss.
Not quite enough defense that time around. Just lucky he was off.
Trying to go for an alley-oop, but excellent defense and anticipation there to stop it. Covington passes to Lillard. Lets it go from the baseline and nails it.
Now there's another way Lillard can beat you off the ball. Great timing on the catch and shoot.
And here's Beverley. He brings it up for Los Angeles. Kicks it to George. Leonard looking around. Oh, and the jam by Leonard.
Really, with that level of speed and power, it is so difficult to keep Leonard from scoring on the drive.
Lillard outside. Nurkic trying to get open. The Trailblazers rebound. And that one drops.
Uncovered at the rim, finding cracks in the defense here early on.
Just really smart basketball and exploiting whatever holes that he's seeing right now in the defensive squad.
And it's George missing.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
Lillard against Beverley. To the wing right side. Outside Collins. Just 4 to shoot. Here's Lillard, and it's blocked by Ibaka.
And, well, he's been the NBA's leader in blocks multiple times. Ibaka just has that rare instinct for it.
For Portland, they've gone 2 of 5 here, making 40% so far to start out the game.
And the versatility of Paul George's game, elite defense and rebounding, steals and deflections.
And you think about Paul George moving to several teams, yet still having the impact on both ends of the floor. I think that is a telltale sign that you have an elite talent in Paul George.
Here's Lillard. Kawhi Leonard making his last shot. Lillard scanning the floor. The Clippers grab the miss.
Well, I'll tell you what, he's going to buy himself a ticket to the bench. If he keeps shooting it like that, he has been putrid here this quarter.
Sinks the triple. Lillard's got 5 points so far.
Well, Lillard and Steph Curry, we talk about their unlimited range on display that time from Damian.
Lillard against Beverley. Outside, George. Solid play in the low block, and that one's good.
Paul George finding some ways now to be effective on the inside.
Nobody near Lillard. And the Trailblazers, another 3.
And that's exactly what he's looking for, draining the triple.
Outside Leonard. Pulls up on the elbow. Again, Los Angeles.
That's a quick move, and that's a soft touch. That's mid-range opportunities for Kawhi Leonard to cash in on.
Here is Lillard. He's got 8. And it's good for 2.
As hot as he's been this quarter, the game plan is simple, folks. Get him the ball and get out of the way.
54 seconds left here in the first quarter. Trying to get open is Ibaka.
Well, not much you can do to stop that. Leonard showing once again his physical prowess at the 10.
Lillard outside. Hollis Jefferson finds Nurkic. Portland moving the ball around. Hollis Jefferson passes to Lillard. And another 3 for Portland.
Yeah, that's too good a look to give him from behind the arc.
Clippers trail by 5. There's 21 seconds left in the first. Back to George. To the paint. Here's Ibaka, and he banks in the layup.
A really good decision there from Paul George. Quick to find the open man.
Lillard outside. From deep. Up again. There's Nurkic putting it right back in. Nurkic has got his second basket of the night. And so it's Damian Lillard making things happen for the Portland Trail Blazers. He delivered 9. Greg, we know many guys in the NBA have range, but
I'm training summer.
the team seems to support, Greg, that philosophy 100%.
The game has changed. Some guys would rather take a few steps back to get a cleaner look. Lillard being one of them.
And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And looking at what we've seen so far from the Trailblazers guys, what do you think?
Just stretching out the floor in that first.
There he goes!
You don't want to be jumping on a play like that. No. Wow, he was up there, Kevin. Yeah, sometimes Cousins comes up with these dunks where you go, where did that come from? There's one for you, wrapped up.
And the Croatian big man, Ivica Zubac, a big hip-hop fan. His teammates call him Zupac.
It's amazing that he was traded from the Lakers to the Clippers, so still home games here at Staples Center.
13 feet away, and that one's good. Lillard's got the lead up to 5 now for the Trailblazers. Quarter number 2 with just over a minute gone. Jackson kicks to Morris. This one for 3. And Cancer pulls it down.
And even without that 3-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
Now, here's Kennard. Tight defense on him. The shot off that time. Now the Trailblazers take it the other way. Lillard against Morris. And Lillard gets it to go.
Consistent and accurate from that particular spot on the floor. The offense kind of predicts those shots. Lillard's got a good eye for the mid-range.
Jackson passes to Zubac. And the dunk by Zubac.
He just punched the ticket on that one. That'll get the job done.
Powerful two-hand jam. Kennard against Lillard. That's a basket. His 8th from the field, 8 of 14.
That's an attack mindset from Lillard. We know he loves the 3. Fully confident getting inside and has the ability to score there.
Kennard's shot is off. Trailblazers leading by 7. Here's Anthony, and it's Anthony with the jam.
Anthony still running the floor well, even at this stage in his career. Gets out and coasts right past the D.
The pass to Kennard. And that one hits back iron. The Trailblazers have gotten 4 of their first 5 shots to fall in the second quarter. Outstanding shooting. Lillard way outside. A chance there to push it to double digits, but it's off the mark.
3 triples in the first quarter, but he's yet to knock one down here in the second.
Cousins on the follow.
Brute strength right there as he gets to the inside and scores.
Lillard against Jackson. The offensive rebound, and Cantor able to finish.
Solid rebound there, and with the score like it is, that's an area where they can't afford to get lazy.
Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the second quarter. Pass to Kennard. Shot clock at 6. Lets it go from deep. Clippers working now with the new shot clock. Jackson finds Kennard. Takes a 3. It's hauled in by the Trailblazers. Cantor's got 4 rebounds now tonight.
One player sometimes can drag down your offense, and he seems to be an anchor here in this quarter.
Love seeing a point guard who can explode to the rim like that.
Oh, great attitude and even a better finish.
Well, just seeking out weaknesses in the defense and then exploiting it.
Well, he's given himself a chance. 6 shots he's gotten up this quarter, but only able to convert on 1 of them.
Lillard fires away from way outside. Tried to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark. Clippers trail by 8, and pushing it up. Here's Los Angeles. Anthony, the pass to Lillard. From past the arc, Anthony's shot is off. Los Angeles has gone 1 of 6 from three-point land in the second quarter. Less than 20%, but they've continued to let him fly. And Cousins gets it to go.
I think this is where Cousins operates best. Comfortable using his size and comfortable in the painted area.
2 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Cantor, the pass to Powell. Jackson against Lillard. Down low. And the rejection by Zubac. And it's out of bounds to Portland. They'll retain possession. Clock at 6. Nurkic trying to get open. Nurkic controls the rebound and puts it back up and in. And the Trailblazers lead by 8.
Now Nurkic does a great job just keeping the motor running.
And so it's Portland holding on to an 8.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey everybody, good to... The first quarter for the Trailblazers was fairly even. At its highest, their lead topped out at 5. And that'll do it for us. The third quarter about to begin.
And we hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. We're halfway through the game. Really an incredible game from Lillard.
Well, we'll find out if they were able to find an answer for him over the break. He was scoring with ease in that first half.
Yeah, just way too easy out there, and I'm sure Coach is going to make that a priority at halftime.
Here's who Terry Stotts is starting the second half with. Collins plays the 4 with Nurkic at the 5. Hollis Jefferson is out there with Damian Lillard. And it's Covington in at the small forward. Passes it to Nurkic. Collins kicks to Lillard. You know, Greg, when you were in New York, you were on a super team of sorts. Compare that to the super teams they are forming now in the NBA.
Oh, we've always had super teams. And this misnomer that this is something that's just come about with this era is to me, absurd. You've always had it. Whether the difference nowadays is I think the players have more say in where they go. And they can orchestrate how a team is constructed. But it's always existed. And the reality is this. You become a super team when you win a lot.
Sure.
And that's what really dictates how super your team is.
And the Trailblazers making a change here. McCollum's checked in.
Rare you'll see him miss such an open look.
Covington passes to Hollis Jefferson. The dish to Collins. Here's Hollis Jefferson. No points in the game yet for him. McCollum right side. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D. And so Ibaka will bring it up for the Clippers. They haven't given up any points here in the second half. Steps back and fires. That shot off. Great D that time from Nurkic. And here we go. Trailblazers with a fast break. It's hauled in by Los Angeles.
I'm not sure they realize it's not halftime anymore. 4 attempts, and they're still looking for their first bucket.
And George, here we go. Here's Ibaka, and the Clippers miss again. Trailblazers leading by 4. Kicks it out to McCollum. Feeds it to Nurkic. McCollum against Beverly. McCollum passes to Hollis Jefferson. Trying to end the drought. Here's Nurkic. Banked in off the glass. Nurkic has got 8 points.
Well, Nurkic is so big, does a great job, and fends off the defense on his way to the score.
And George kicks to Leonard. To the middle, here's Ibaka, and Ibaka slams it in.
And in terms of size, not your typical center, but man, he plays as big as any of them thanks to that terrific leaping ability.
And it's McCollum off the drive. Paul George with the steal. Here's Leonard. Oh, and the jam by Leonard.
And that's the high motor, the long strides we're always talking about with Leonard, killing it in transition.
McCollum feeling it out a bit. Knocked away. Nurkic the pass to Hollis Jefferson. Nurkic kicks to McCollum. And it's blocked by Ibaka.
And the rebound battle split evenly thus far.
And he's going to get whistled for that foul, G. That was intentional, but not exactly logical.
How about pointless to foul there? I mean, I don't know where his head is, but it's not in the game.
And it's a completely new group for Los Angeles. Outside Jackson for the tie. And the layup is up and in. Jackson's got the game tied up here for the Clippers.
And this has been a great job of just getting into the middle of that defense and really scoring effectively from the paint.
58 seconds left to play in the third. And it's good, 2 points. And the Trailblazers lead by 2.
With a number of go-to moves and a soft touch, Kanter can crush you inside.
Pass to Zubac. And here's Kennard. For the lead. Second chance shot. And the call on the shot. It sends him to the line. That's on Enes Kanter.
And I like the fact that the defense is looking to protect the rim at all costs.
And that's good as he hits both of his shots. 40 seconds left in the third quarter. The Trailblazers have gone just 25% from the field here in the second half. They're 2 of 8. Here's Simons, guarded by Jackson. Here's Anthony. He kicks it to Powell. Back to Anthony. Powell down low. Kennard covering. And Kanter able to finish.
One of the game's very best offensive rebounders, Kanter also has the wherewithal to quickly convert for the score.
And the pass to Kennard. Launches it. That shot misses. Got it off in time. And the last shot before the buzzer is off. It's still anybody's game as we've reached the end of 3. And now we have a moment to reveal our State Farm assist of the game.
And the winner today, the big fella here with the sweetest of dimes. What a plus it is to have a post player who's got this ability to find.
You know, anytime a guy's in the post and the teammates know he's unselfish, great player movement can create an opportunity just like that.
3/10 quarters behind us. One more to go. Thanks for being with us as we begin the fourth. Luke Kennard out there with Patrick Beverly. Then it's Ibaka. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. And it's Cousins in at the center. That's who's out there for the Clippers. Jones, no one around him. From outside, off the mark. The Clippers trail. Leonard attacking. Lucky 7 drops in. He's perfect from the floor. 7 for 7.
And it's official. They have come all the way back. At one point, this thing seemed to be out of reach.
This is a testament to this team's fortitude, never giving up. Folks, we've got a new ball game.
He was all alone on that one. McCollum's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3.
Well, the shot starts with a good, strong base. That gives McCollum the foundation to hit shots well behind the arc.
Pass to Kennard. Launches a 3. And Cousins throws it down.
Cousins, with his height, is able to get up there and jam that one down. Just get the ball deep to him on the inside, and pretty much he'll take care of the rest.
Powell, the pass to Cantor. Back to Powell. From deep. Rebound by DeMarcus Cousins. Cousins has got his 5th rebound in this one. Powell against Kennard. The feed now to Cousins. Now here's Kennard. Takes it out to Leonard. The Clippers need to get off a shot to take the lead. Kennard finds Cousins. Passes to Leonard. Over Cantor. Nice spin off the left rim and in. Leonard's got the lead up to 1 now for the Clippers. We're in the 4th quarter here, just under 2.5 minutes gone. A 3 from McCollum. The Clippers grab the miss. An intentional foul committed, but for what purpose, Greg, I'm not sure.
A scene of confusion right there. I can't imagine why he thought it was a good idea to foul there.
Catching up on the changes for Los Angeles. Zubac is checked in for Cousins. Morris comes in for Serge Ibaka. Nicholas Batum, he's checked in for Leonard. And it's Paul George in for Kennard. Portland's gotten just 1 of 4 3-pointers to go down for them here in the 4th. And out of bounds as Los Angeles gains possession.
That's tough because that one's preventable. The defense has nothing to do at all with that turnover.
Pass to Zubac. Now here's Beverly. Dishes it to George. Right at the free throw line. Los Angeles with another miss. The Trailblazers have gone 1 of 4 since the end of the 3rd quarter. And Damian Lillard with the jam.
Look at your watch. It's Lillard time.
The Clippers have gone 3 of 7 from the floor in the 4th. That's a 42% mark in the quarter. 1:41 left in the 4th quarter. George finds Beverly. Back to George. 6 on the shot clock. And there's the big-time jam. And here we go. A coach's challenge has been initiated. We'll have to now review the personal foul in question.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replay, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's called about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Puts up a 3. They get the rebound, and Cantor able to finish. Now it's a 4-point Portland lead.
Well, he's made some big shots dating back to his playing days in Europe. Cantor coming through here in the clutch.
The 3 from George. It's good. And what a sensational bucket to bring them within 1.
That is world class.
Love seeing that there. A huge possession, and he nets it.
Here's Nurkic. There's the pass to Hollis Jefferson. Stolen by Beverly. 1-on-1 here. Batum with the ball. Now Covington defending. Offensive rebound. And Batum kicks to Beverly. George dishes to Morris. Pass to Beverly. Clock is at 3. Another shot. Zubac trying to break loose. Oh, missed it. And they commit an intentional foul. We'll see another one of those so they can get into the penalty.
Yeah, you know what? Smart foul. You got to try and extend the game.
Los Angeles calls timeout. They're trailing by 1. 11 seconds left in the game. What's your take, guys?
Yeah, they'll be looking for the steal here on the inbounds. If they can't come up with the TO right away, then it's time to foul and hope for some misses at the line.
And now, let's take a look at the New Balance player of the game, Damian Lillard.
And when a player scores over half his team's points, you know he's going to be our pick. Even when he's been the exclusive focus of the defense, they just haven't been able to keep him in check. A tremendous individual effort.
The 2013 draft comes up, and the 10th pick is announced as C.J. McCollum out of Lehigh. And a lot of people said, who is this guy? Not a lot of people say that now.
And there's the whistle. Illegal screen.
Yikes, that one stings there. Hurts so much more to turn the ball over, especially with how tight the game is.
And so the big win by Portland in a tight game. They break the hearts of every fan. And all right, David, thank you. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. And you've got it on 2K G8.
Hey, Kevin. Well,
it does indeed. Thanks, David. So the Nets starting 5. Harden out there with Kyrie Irving. And it's Durant. Then it's Jordan. And it's Harris in at the 3 spot. And for Los Angeles, Baca is out there with Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Paul George. Then it's Marcus Morris. And it's Beverly in at the point guard position. Now, here is Irving. Harden outside. Off target from outside.
Yeah, but the defense was determined not to give him an inch of free space.
Oh, and a fast break for the Nets. And the rejection by Ibaka.
Great defense by Serge, a tremendous athlete, blessed with insane length and leaping ability.
I tell you, he's playing the game with pure excitement right now.
He capped off that dunk with some serious hang time on the rim. And so the Los Angeles Clippers get the first points of the ballgame. Irving passes to Harden. Yep, that one goes in there. Hey, Steve, 2 defensive-minded teams in the building tonight. Both are good at getting stops.
Yeah, Kevin, this is going to be one of those chess match basketball games we get a chance to see. Difference, I think, will be the team that can somehow get easy baskets will make the difference.
The Nets have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. And the jam by Harden.
The minute KD gets the ball, all eyes are on him. That leaves a wide open man.
Beverly against Irving. Outside Leonard. Shoots the 3. That one misses. The Nets go the other way with it. Durant wide open. He fires. And it's in after a nice bounce off the right side.
And while his ability to score gets so much attention, Harden demonstrating why he's also regarded as an elite level passer.
Now here's Beverly. Right side George. And Jordan sends it back. And here we go. Brooklyn fast break. Here's Irving. They get it back. And Durant is right there.
Big effort there by Durant. A factor on the offensive boards when that's his focus.
And a deep 3 from George. And again, unable to change momentum here. Harris finds Harden. Morris with the rebound.
Rare for him to get a wide open shot from mid-range and fail to connect.
Oh, and here we go. Irving's got it, the fast break chance. And he gets the bucket.
Out in transition, Kyrie finds his spot down the court. Finishes the job.
George with the ball. Outside Leonard. Trying to get open is Ibaka. He's now 1 for 2 with that bucket.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Wow, that's a defensive breakdown. Can't do that against good scores.
Now here's Irving. To the inside. Outside for KD. Now here is Ibaka. One-on-one fast break. And we're approaching about 3.5 minutes played in the first quarter. Harden left side. And they pick up 2.
They're getting him shots in his spots. That's understanding your personnel.
They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Now here is George. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. There we go. Now in the scoring column with that make. He is 1 for 4.
So smart with the ball in his hands. George reads the floor well and takes advantage of what's there.
Here's KD. And the jam by Kevin Durant.
Oh, he just punches that one down with a fury.
He rubs it in a little deeper with the hanging finish. Beverly deciding where to go with it. And there's George. That's good on the assist by Beverly. George has got 5 now.
The mechanics on Paul George's shot are so good. In the end, the range makes no difference.
Clippers trail by 5. Morris outside. Back to George. Beyond the arc. Rebounded by the Nets.
It's been a rough quarter for him. Can't seem to find any kind of rhythm.
For Los Angeles, they've gone 4 of 10 shooting the ball here in the first quarter. Back to Leonard. Kevin Durant with the rebound. And here comes Harden, leading the fast break. And the layup's good off the glass. 8 points for him.
And his competitiveness showing through. That's an aggressive finish.
He is just unwilling to settle. He gets right to the rim and makes sure they come away with points. Some guys just understand how to generate points. He's one of them.
And that concludes the first quarter of play. It's the Nets leading by 5. And earlier we spoke with Kevin Durant about surviving the grind.
How can we be the best version of ourselves?
Well, Durant may not be the in-your-face type of player, Greg, but he gets the message across for sure.
He's not going to yell at you. He's going to show you how it's done and expect that you're as committed to winning as he is.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter in this one. And guys, what stands out to you from the Nets in this one?
Well, they use the fast break to generate some easy buckets before the defense could get set.
You know this, the team that dictates the pace typically rules the roost. We see that here early on.
In a moment now to reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. And the Clippers, looking at who they've got. We've got DeMarcus Cousins. Jackson is out there with Kennard. Then it's Ivica Zubac. And it's Batum in at the 3 spot. Clippers trail by 4. And Batum kicks to Kennard. Zubac, he hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Just in a perfect position to grab that rebound and then get the putback.
Jackson against Dinwiddie. Count it.
Beautiful call that time up the floor. The hard screen frees him up for the bunny.
The Nets shooting their first free throw attempt on the night. The free throw drops for Dinwiddie. A new generation of players, Greg, coming into the NBA alongside your son Cole. We've got a lot of players who I think are going to have a long-term impact on this game.
There's no doubt about it. Listen, I hope Cole can have the kind of impact that some of these guys are. But look at the Grizzlies. I think they got 2 terrific ones. Ja Morant has superstar written all over him. Brandon Clark probably surprised some people with his ability to have an impact. And if you look at this past draft, Obi Toppin is one to watch. This is a guy with great size and length who was a perimeter player until he had a growth spurt. So those are the types of players that I think when you combine athleticism and skill with the way the court is spaced, man, can have a tremendous impact in this game.
Here's Kennard. After the basket by Brooklyn, and it's a defensive 3-second violation. And this is his first trip to the line tonight.
And you look at his numbers from last year, 89% from the line, so hard to ask for much more than that.
And he shows the focus there, nails the technical. And the Clippers making a switch here. Beverly's checked in. Now here's Beverly. He's been patient so far, nothing on the scoreboard yet. Just 3 to shoot. Kennard for 3. Here's Zubac. Goes up again, and that's 2 points on the layup.
Salvage the possession. He's a terrific offensive rebounder.
And a little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second quarter. And there's the call on Patrick Beverly. That's his first foul. Durant's checked in for the Nets. Puts it up from 17. And it's rebounded by DeMarcus Cousins.
Missing that one helps out all the analytical guys from the mid-range.
Now Beverly inside. It's tipped. And here comes Brown, leading the fast break. And Dinwiddie gets it to go on the assist by Brown. Dinwiddie's got 5 points so far. Here's Beverly. The pass to Kennard. To the paint, here's Cousins. And the layup is good after a nice lead pass.
Nice find by Luke. Shows good vision in both half court and in transition.
Dinwiddie against Beverly.
Oh, what a pass. And then he lays it in with the circus move.
So smooth. And almost 4 minutes gone here in the second quarter of play. Here's Mann, defended by Durant, and count it, the shot is good. He'll go to the free throw line.
Shutout in the first quarter. He's heating up now. I like the aggressiveness.
So it's both teams making substitutions here. The free throw drops for Zubac. There's 1:17 left in the first half of the game. Harden scanning the floor. It's stolen by Morris. George with the ball. He's picked up by KD. And so it's KD with it. He brings up the ball for Brooklyn. And the jam by Harden.
That play is made because of Kyrie's vision and his willingness to share the basketball.
Pass to Jackson. Top of the key, Ibaka. Shot clock at 6. From deep, George. And again, it's the Clippers missing.
Not sure why he keeps trying his luck from deep here. It's just not his night.
And Green is right there. And the Nets lead by 5.
Oh, and a nice job of turning that miss into 2 points on the tip-in.
Hustle points, I believe they call them. Hustle points right there. Now, here is George. He has 7. Outside for Jackson. Morris outside. It's good. The assist this time from Jackson. Morris has got 5.
I like when Reggie Jackson is seeking out his teammates. He could have took that shot, but his teammate, he was wide open.
Irving drives in, and the rejection by Ibaka. And some good action through the first 2 quarters as we... Thank you, David, for that interview, and we'll see you back here after the break.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome. James Harden was the man in the first. He had 10 points, 2 rebounds. And that's a...
Second half of basketball upon us. We may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game it's been so far. You gotta like what Harden has done in this game so far.
Definitely been challenging the defense here early on, not settling for anything outside.
He's been very effective on the move, forcing the action, getting to his spots, and finishing plays.
And Brooklyn, looking who they've got. Durant is out there with Harris. Then it's Kyrie Irving. Then it's Harden. And it's Jordan in at the center position. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
Maybe the best ever at earning free throws. I mean, Harden has mastered the art of contact and still being able to get off the shot.
He's living there tonight, a tough guy to guard without fouling. And the bonus, he's going to knock him down.
Outside Jackson. Out to Ibaka. From deep, George. A three-pointer is right on target. 10 points for him.
He doesn't need much time to get his shot off. Paul George is a dependable catch-and-shoot option. In OKC, Paul George showed he can be an MVP caliber performer. With Kawhi on the Clippers, he could be that 1B or that 1A.
Morris with the ball, and it's Harden picking him up. They now take the lead.
An efficient score inside. Morris can beat you with a variety of moves.
Brooklyn trailing. Outside Irving. And it's blocked by Ibaka. Jumps up, and Morris throws it down.
Oh, an aggressive move and fantastic finish.
Trying to send a message with that slam, I think.
And PG, you know, he has the versatility to succeed in different roles.
doesn't have to dominate the ball.
Yes, and if anything, he's more comfortable scoring within the flow of the offense. With his all-around impact, doesn't need to force things to make winning plays. But if you need him to, he can.
Now here's Jackson. Harden missing his last shot. This is it to Morris. Latrey. Jordan with the rebound. Jordan's got rebound number 5 here tonight. And then Durant with the dunk.
I mean, running the court with the speed of a guard. Hard to keep up with Durant once he gets out in the open floor.
Leonard dishes to Jackson. Lays it up and in off the pretty assist. Jackson's got the lead up to 3 now for the Clippers.
And guys, the D has to show a little more fight on the interior than they did on that trip.
Here's Harden. Lays it up off the glass. Harden's got 14 points.
Superb at finishing through contact. Harden is just so elusive and creative on those strong drives.
On the wing, Jackson, and stolen by Kyrie Irving. Elbow shot is on the way. And Harden with the stuff.
There's no bigger play in a close game than a putback slam.
Oh, and that one's got them all hyped up. Wow.
They're bringing the energy, the hustle, the fight, and they also didn't give up on that possession.
Oh, that was something else.
Insane move by Paul George, a high flyer who can create in midair.
Harden up top, defended by George. And here we go with the coach's challenge. Not surprised in a competitive game like this. And he's disputing the personal foul call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving at, and how fast the action really is, and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Most of DeAndre's field goals are dunks, exceptional at getting great position down inside.
Jackson with the bounce pass. Leonard on the wing. Back to Jackson. Just 5 to shoot. Hangs in midair and converts on the double clutch layup. Jackson's got 4 points now in the quarter. And so it's Harden bringing it up for Brooklyn. Durant in the corner. Fires the 3. Good. It's Harden with the assist that time. Harden's got his 3rd assist on the night. LA has gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. 8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. George passes to Leonard. He dishes it to Ibaka. A fader. Leonard, no luck.
Went to the fadeaway. Didn't need to, though. Probably cost him some points.
The putback. It's good on the putback. And it's a 4-point Nets lead.
The wingspan of Kevin Durant able to get the ball and put it back quickly.
And that's it for the 3rd quarter. Both teams scoring well as we head to the 4th. Brooklyn ahead. And now let's go back to a play from earlier as we show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And he's always been the favorite to bag this honor. These kind of feeds are his bread and butter.
This is what you need your floor general to do. Take charge, lead by example, unselfish play.
And with these teams locked in a very close contest, this 4th quarter promises to be a good one. They've got Ivica Zubac, Luke Kennard out there with Patrick Beverley. Then there's DeMarcus Cousins, and it's Batum in at the 3, the small forward. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Clippers.
I
I tell you what, he earned his money on that foul.
And the first one drops. That one falls, so he hits both of them. Clippers trail by 6. And here's Kennard. To the middle. And the dunk by Zubac.
Oh, just solid on the one-handed slam.
And guys, when it's a tight ball game like this, he's the guy they want with the ball. In the corner, it's Harris. There's the triple. Cousins pulls it in.
The defense got lucky there. That's one you expect him to drain.
Zubac kicks to Cousins. Over Claxton. It's good, and the Brooklyn lead is cut down to just 2 points with the bucket from DeMarcus Cousins.
And it's coming easy for them right now. 5 baskets in a row in the paint.
Pass to Green. The 3. Rebound by the Clippers. Zubac has got his 5th rebound in this one. About a minute and a half through the 4th quarter now. Kennard for 3. The shot will not fall. The Nets have gotten off to a rough start in the 4th quarter, going 0 for 4 so far. Dinwiddie passes to Claxton. And the rejection by Zubac. It's 3-on-3 on the fast break. And Kennard wide open. He shoots. Nailed from three-point land. And the Clippers lead by 1. And we're about 2 minutes into the 4th quarter now. Count it. Good.
There's a certain resiliency to this team, and you're starting to see it.
Well within striking range. Now is when you have to lock in at both ends.
Beverly, the pass to Zubac. Kennard with the ball. It's deflected, and Zubac picks up the foul. That's his first foul. Both teams will make substitutions. Just a little under 2.5 minutes have passed now here in the 4th. Dinwiddie against Beverly. Dinwiddie passes to Claxton. Back to Dinwiddie. Six on the shot clock. That shot, no good. So Los Angeles will take it the other way. Here's Leonard. And it's wide right. Hits off the rim. The Nets with the lead. Harris dishes to Griffin. Shoots over Leonard. And the Nets miss again. LA's gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the 4th. Over to the left wing. Beverly finds Leonard. And a lot of contact on that one. The coach's challenge has been issued. Close game like this, down to the wire, this is what it's for.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replay, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
And here we go. Dinwiddie heading to the hoop. And there's the foul to try to stop the break, and that'll be a clear path to the basket. 2 free throws coming up, and they'll retain possession. So the first one drops, and that will put them up by 2. And so both free throws are good, and it's a 3-point game.
No doubt about those free throws. This is why you put the ball in his hands.
A big group substitution here for Brooklyn. Jordan, he's checked in for Nicholas Claxton. Durant comes in for Blake Griffin. James Harden, he's checked in for Brown. And Irving subbed in for Dinwiddie. George passes to Leonard. kicks to Ibaka. Out to the right wing. Here's George. And that one is off. Jordan with some nice D. Got it. What a beautiful shot to bring him to within 3.
No moment is ever too big for Paul George. He remains confident in the clutch.
Irving against Beverly. Left side, Irving. Comes up empty from 19 feet out. And so George will bring it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. Down low. Leonard kicks to George. Beverly wide open. No good from outside. And now they decide to foul intentionally.
Yeah, you have to do that, though. You can't just let him dribble a game.
And he misses the first one. Boy, he wanted that one to fall.
Much like Marc Gasol, DeAndre was drafted as an unpolished second-round pick. Now one of the more impactful centers around.
Yeah, it looks like he was a little tight on the line that time. Could have and should have closed it out. And such a clutch shooter. I mean, he lives with a big shot. And when he's rolling like this, watch out.
Timeout called, the Nets. And now we present our New Balance player of the game, James Harden.
And he's been dialed in from the field, Kevin. Good on over 60% of his attempts. They've been working the ball around well, and he's benefited with a lot of open looks. And boy, has he made the most of them.
Got it!
I mean, no hesitation in the clutch. Scoring the ball is second nature to KD.
Los Angeles calls timeout. They're down by 2. 3 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Guys, your thoughts?
And with a couple seconds still on the clock, I try to get the ball in as close to the basket as possible. That way, if you miss a quick one, you may have time for a putback to tie it at the buzzer.
All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that about wraps it up.
2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
The Bucks are always hyped to play in front of their home crowd. Here are the starters for Los Angeles. They've got Paul George. Kawhi Leonard is out there with Ibaka. Then it's Patrick Beverley. And it's Morris in at the small forward. And for Milwaukee, Middleton and Giannis are the forward tandem. Holiday out there with Dante DiVincenzo. And it's Lopez in at the 5. Now here is Holiday. Outside, Antetokounmpo. Nobody near George. An absolute bomb from three-point range.
A lot of points coming from Paul George from the three-point line over the past couple seasons. The D has to play out on him, and that creates the space.
Here's Giannis. Pass to Lopez. Back to Giannis. There's the dish to Lopez. Good. And it's Giannis picking up the assist. Well, Greg, fans and players alike are excited for tonight. This is just not another game on the schedule.
Clash of the Titans in this one. This will be a great test for both teams.
Now here's Beverley. Back to Leonard. Shot clock at 5. Shoots from the right block. That's good on the jump shot.
And herein lies the problem with trying to defend Leonard, his versatility. You take one thing away, he hurts you with another.
DiVincenzo with it. It's Ibaka picking him up. It's hauled in by Beverley. And here's Beverley. He brings it up for the Clippers. It's a three-point game. And so just over a minute and a half played. To the inside. Here's Lopez over Morris. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. Marcus Morris picks one up there.
Now we've seen Lopez be more and more assertive in looking for his shot, which in turn draws the defense's attention to him.
Brook Lopez hits them both.
Makes it pretty tough on the defense. Who you're going to pick to send to the free throw line. He's hitting the free throws right now. Form looks good.
Beverley wide open. And the 3 off target. Middleton looking it over. Lopez finds Middleton. No good there. And the Clippers will come the other way.
And Marcus Morris has raised some eyebrows in the last couple years, just being a much more efficient scorer.
And here's Morris for 3. Los Angeles with another miss. For Milwaukee, they've gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. Lobbed up there for Lopez. That shot off the mark. The Clippers have gone 2 of 5 here, making 40% so far to start out the game. Leonard, the pass to George. Stolen by Middleton. Giannis against George. So they take the lead. And last season, Marcus Morris is named one of the hottest on the trade market.
Yeah, there's a lot going on in Marcus Morris's offseason a year ago. A lot of contenders looking to add him to the roster. Handshake deal with the Spurs, switch to the Knicks, and then eventually traded to the Clippers.
Oh, the power on that throwdown.
Unreal. It looks like an orange in his hand, and Kawhi tenacious to the rim for that finish.
Giannis outside. A minute 42 left to play in the first quarter. Lopez, great positioning on the putback.
That is a solid opening quarter right here. Very active and creating a lot of good opportunities for himself.
The 3 from George. And the 3 ball is good. George has got 6.
That's a reliable offensive option right there. Shooting with consistency as Paul George can get you from a number of spots.
Antetokounmpo kicks to Middleton. Back to Giannis. And he gets the whistle. And folks, the coach's challenge has been initiated for a personal foul. Close game like this, and he thought it wasn't a good call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Here's Middleton, takes the elbow jumper and drains it.
Yeah, you don't want to leave Middleton from that area. His mid-range game is on fire, draining those shots often.
Beverly dishes to Morris. We've got 22 seconds left in the first quarter of the game.
His touch from mid-range, that's almost always good. That won't shake his confidence.
Now here's DiVincenzo. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. Floats it up for Giannis.
Middleton right now staying aware of where his teammates are and hitting them when they're open.
Up in time. And that shot was up in time, but doesn't go in. So at the end of one quarter of play, still a close game. And regarding the mental aspect of the game, Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Definitely the game has slowed down a lot for me.
Well, Greg, that might be why they put up so many points. They all know the roles. They've got the right recipe for everything they want to do on offense.
Yeah, his awareness plus unselfishness puts defenders in a no-win situation.
And close game underway so far. We'll see if either of these teams can jump out in the second quarter. And for the Bucks guys, what jumps out to you stats-wise?
Well, in that first quarter, they were intent on just pounding the ball down low.
Yeah, you don't see that all that often, getting down there and doing that much damage in a quarter. You got to respect the game plan.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade as the second quarter gets going. And Milwaukee looking at who they've got. We've got Teague. Bobby Portis out there with P.J. Tucker. And it's Nora in at the small forward. Teague the pass to Portis. 4 on the shot clock. Shoots over Cousins. Portis can't get it to go. And it's Jackson with the ball, bringing it up for Los Angeles. And Kennard wide open. He shoots. Connects from three-point range.
Well, they're trying to take command of this game, but it's been competitive so far.
Yeah, everybody trying to get away from one another, and the threads are keeping them close. This has been highly competitive.
It's good, and the Clipper lead is cut to just 1 on the basket from Jeff Teague.
No hesitation from Teague. Saw a seam and took it, finding a way to nail the shot.
Just about a minute and a half has gone by here in the second. Outside for Jackson. Batum scanning the floor. Nora grabs the board.
And typically he has the touch to finish when he's in tight, but not sure on that possession.
Here's Zubats. Here's Batum. And Nicholas Batum with the slam.
Gotta take care of the ball. They'll punish you if you're that careless.
That's right, and that's severe punishment right there.
And how about the sequence in its entirety? Momentum swing, and you love the effort here.
Outside Portis. That's good, and so Teague with the assist.
That's the kind of work you want your point guard to do. Sensational ball movement by Jeff Teague there to set up his man.
Jackson finds Kennard. And that one, good. Kennard's got the lead up to 3 now for the Clippers. I'm sure you've got a list, Greg, of players you've visited with over the years who you really enjoy spending some time with and talking to.
I mean, there's so many, Kevin. A couple guys, and there is a little bias as a point guard, but Damian Lillard and Steph Curry and Chris Paul, 3 guys that, you know, I enjoy sitting down and talking shop with. Giannis, you know, witnessing his journey to greatness, all the while he remains humble and really appreciates his position. So several of these guys, I'm also not just an analyst, partner, but a fan, and a big fan of theirs.
You are a fan indeed. Kennard kicks to Batum. Pass to Zubats. Shoots over Tucker. Down low. Zubac's in the post. Working on Portis. The shot missing.
Something that's kept this game close is the fact that the rebound stats for both teams are almost identical.
And here's Tucker. He's still scoreless so far in this one. Mora, the pass to Portis. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. It's on DeMarcus Cousins. The Bucks have been perfect at the line so far, albeit just 2 for 2.
And talking about last season, this team hit just 74% of their free throws. I'm sure they were hoping for better than that.
A platoon swap here for the Clippers. We've got 1:18 left in the first half of basketball. Here's Ibaka. Nice jump shot from the top of the key. And the Clippers lead by 1.
Well, you see the improvement in terms of high-level playmaking, a great understanding of all the offensive scheme that Kawhi Leonard possesses.
It's Giannis with the drive. Portis can't get it to go.
Yeah, better than giving up the layup. You want to go in there and use the hard foul. They did it there. That's aggressive attitude defensively.
And since the first quarter, we've seen them ease off on that long-range affair. And frankly, that's probably a good idea.
Here's Giannis. And Antetokounmpo slams it in.
Yeah, go ahead and get in front of that if you want to. Man, with a dunk by Giannis.
George with the ball. He's got 8. The pass to Beverly. There's 25 seconds left now here in the second. Morris with the bucket.
I just feel like Patrick Beverly has incredible awareness for every second that he plays on the floor. Spots the wide open man, gets it to him.
Antetokounmpo passes to Portis. Giannis against Leonard. Now Giannis. And no luck with that time on the buzzer beater. All right, thank you, David. And folks, don't go away. After the break, we'll see you right back here.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Greetings to... And you think about how Kawhi Leonard is able to dominate from the three position at both ends of the floor. And that's...
And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard yet. Without question, George displaying his skills today.
Well, we'll find out if they were able to find an answer for him over the break. He was scoring with ease in that first half.
Yeah, just way too easy out there, and I'm sure Coach is going to make that a priority at halftime.
Checking out the group for Tyronn Lue to start the second half. Morris is out there with Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Patrick Beverly. Then it's Ibaka. And it's George in at the 2-guard. And the foul on Drew Holiday. That is his first foul of the game. Inside. Ibaka finds Beverly. 5 on the clock. Back to Ibaka. And it's sent back by Lopez.
Excellent off-ball awareness as Brook was able to get over there and swat it away.
And running with a full head of steam, but completely under control.
Yeah, you think he's comfortable at that speed? He's done it so many times before. Just an absolute blur in transition, and that helps get the rhythm going.
Leonard inside, covered by Giannis.
And they start the second half with 3 straight misses.
Not as good in the Los Angeles leads, cut down to just 1 on the basket for Middleton.
Great quickness on the pull-up from Middleton, cashing in on that opportunity.
Middleton against George. Out to Ibaka. Back to George. 11 feet away, and the shot goes down. George has got 11.
Finally, they get one to drop. That's one of their first 4 here in the third.
Holiday looking for an opening. It's stolen by Morris. Beverly with the ball. And Holiday picks him up defensively. And the foul is called. He intentionally grabbed him there for some reason. I don't know.
Kevin, all I can think of is that he's trying to slow the game down a little bit.
Right.
That's a stretch, though. Definitely a strange move on his part.
Here's what Milwaukee's going with right now. P.J. Tucker, he's checked in for Giannis Antetokounmpo. Pat Connaughton comes in for Chris Middleton. And it's Bryn Forbes in for Drew Holiday. Kennard on the wing. Three-pointer. But they recover it. Ibaka finds Kennard. Goes back up. And he knocks down the jumper. Kennard's got the lead up to 5 now for the Clippers.
Clearly defensive miscue there. If there's not a body on him that's sitting at the mid-range, that's a defensive mistake.
It's good. He's got 8.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior. And that foot injury robbing Dante DiVincenzo of much of his rookie season, but in year 2 he had a nice bounce back.
One of the things, Greg, that I think is most important for any player at any level is any time that you're hurt, you still have an opportunity from the bench to pick up some of the nuances of the game. There's no doubt that Dante did that last year, and this year has stepped in and continued to contribute to this ball club.
Catching up on the changes for Los Angeles. DeMarcus Cousins, he's checked in for Ibaka. Ivica Zubac has checked in for Leonard. And it's Batum in for Morris. T kicks to Portis. That one a tad offline to the right, but drops in for him. Portis has got 8.
And the crisp passing has opened things up for them offensively.
Jackson passes to Kennard. The 3. They get it again.
Oh, how about the deft touch right there, guys?
He just guided that ball back up and in. Just a fingertip touch on the ball. There's the lob to Portis. Takes the alley-oop pass and dunks it down.
Well, when you have a PG like Jeff Teague who can run that pick and roll perfectly, it's certainly a luxury. Nice pass there.
Picked his pocket. They're running. Here's Forbes. Draws contact on the shot, and now a three-point play chance as he'll head to the line.
And that's such good work to make this a one-possession game. Terrific steal to get it all started.
First trip to the free throw line for him tonight.
And last season's numbers show him at about an 83% clip, which is far better than most.
Jackson passes to Zubac. Stolen by Tucker. And it's the Bucks on the break. And Portis throws it down. A great competitive game so far.
And from the look of it, this one could go right down to the wire.
Pass to Kennard. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. And yep, we thought we might see it. And the coach's challenge has been triggered on the personal foul call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving at. And how fast the action really is, and how hard it can be sometimes, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
Portis, who's checked in for Milwaukee. Antetokounmpo finds Portis. Back to Antetokounmpo. And the layup falls. Giannis has got 8 points.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash-mouth physical basketball, guys.
Leonard, the pass to Kennard. Shoots it. And again, no good by the Clippers. Fast break, Milwaukee. Holiday with the ball. Missed. And we just finished the third quarter, and we've got a tight ball game here. Bucks lead by 2. And let's take this opportunity now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Well, a great job with the eyes. And what separates great playmakers, as we know, is peripheral vision.
Well, what a terrific game it's been so far with this fourth quarter. Sure to bring more pressure-packed basketball. They've got P.J. Tucker. He's out there with Bobby Portis. And it's Nora in at the 3 spot. That's the 5 on the floor for the Bucks. Kennard, the pass to Leonard. Clippers moving the ball around. Here's Ibaka. Rebound, Milwaukee. Here is Forbes. Kicks to Tucker. Here is Forbes. Back to Tucker. Just 5 on the clock. Here's Portis. And it's off the back rim. No good. The Clippers trail. An intentional foul committed, but for what purpose, Greg? I'm not sure.
A scene of confusion right there. I can't imagine why he thought it was a good idea to foul there.
A platoon swap here for Milwaukee. And the Clippers with a change here, too. George is checked in for Kennard. We're just over a minute into this final quarter of play. Antetokounmpo looking it over. He feeds it to Lopez. And Lopez throws it down.
Well, he could just see over the defense. The eyes to spot the open man. Giannis flourishing right now as a facilitator.
Pass to George. Milwaukee with the rebound. Giannis has got 5 rebounds tonight. The shot by Middleton, wide open. Here's DiVincenzo. Some solid defense there from Jackson. And it's Jackson with the ball, bringing it up for the Clippers. A great fourth quarter, just giving up 2 points. Leonard dishes to Ibaka. And Ibaka slams it in.
Cutting into that deficit now, well within striking distance.
Yeah, just much sharper out there. You can see guys getting in tune. It's not about playing harder. Sometimes it's just about playing smarter.
Vital basket there. This is just the time and really just the situation when he looks to take over.
Here's George. There's the dish to Leonard. Antetokounmpo pulls it in. Giannis has got 6 rebounds here tonight. Middleton left side. Outside, Antetokounmpo. Dishes it to Lopez. And Holiday has it in the corner. Passes it to DiVincenzo. The Bucks need to get a shot off here. Lopez. The shot, no good. Good work defensively by Morris. Clippers have gone 2 for 5 on field goal attempts in the fourth quarter. And finished off by Leonard.
Oh, you could see it from the moment he caught the ball. Leonard looking to rise to the occasion, making the big shot to help the team out.
1:51 left in the fourth quarter. Antetokounmpo kicks to DiVincenzo. And the rejection by Ibaka.
Just insane length and leaping ability. Ibaka can reject shots from anywhere on the floor.
And the Clippers call time here. They're trailing by 2. 1:37 left here in the fourth quarter. And now we present our New Balance player of the game, Giannis Antetokounmpo.
And he's just been crushing it from the field tonight, Kevin. Whether it's been on open looks or with the guy draped all over him, he just hadn't missed much. With his percentage in the sky-high range, they've had no choice but to make him their #1 option on every trip.
On the sideline, let's catch up with Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Kevin, during the last break, I heard Tyronn Lue talking with his team. This is still a close game, and he told his guys, we're not far away. We can still get this one. If we seize the moment, we can walk away with the win. Guys.
Kennard for 3. No good on that one. And Milwaukee will come the other way. Antetokounmpo passes to Middleton. Back to Antetokounmpo. Middleton outside. To the right side.
As a big, once you get position inside, it allows you to fight and come away with a lot of tough boards.
Kennard for three. But they get it back. And Cousins kicks to Kennard. Count it! And he has brought them to within 2 points.
Whoa, the nerves on this guy.
Not backing down from this moment here. When the game is close, he kicks it up a notch.
Middleton on the wing. 17 seconds left in the fourth quarter. It falls!
They're in total command of this game with time starting to run out.
Yeah, looking for a miracle worker out there is the opposing coaching staff. I don't know that they have one. This game seems to be well in hand.
And they foul intentionally. They're going to have to do that now again and again. They're not in the penalty yet.
That's right. No other option but to foul and hope for some misses.
And so it's the Bucks who come out on top here. Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that's going to do it tonight. Kawhi Leonard is out there with Ibaka. Then it's Paul George, and it's Beverly in at the point. And for Portland, pairing up in the backcourt, Lillard and McCollum. Powell is out there with Robert Covington, and it's Nurkic in at the center. Now here is Ibaka. And there's Morris. That's good on the assist from Ibaka. Some of the best in the game go at it here tonight, Chris. What an incredible guard matchup we have here in this one.
Oh, Kevin, there are some all-time greats playing at the guard spots these days. It will be a fun matchup to watch.
And that one's good, George.
Just phenomenal awareness by Beverly, just dishing the ball to the wide open man easily.
And Lillard kicks to McCollum. The putback controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
That is really good work there on the offensive glass.
Outside Leonard. George against McCollum. From 8. Another one falls for the Clippers.
Yeah, I love the court awareness from Kawhi there. Dependable at getting it to his uncovered teammates.
Here's Lillard, and Damian Lillard with the jam.
How about the head of steam he's able to generate right there and just gets to the rack really easy. And last season, Lillard doing more playmaking than prior years, a career high in assists.
Out of bounds. Well, we all know that Dame can score whenever he wants to. This team is better when he's setting others up. Lillard knows that. I expect him to continue to spread the ball around.
And the pass to McCollum. Just over a minute and a half played here in this one. Here's Lillard. He can't hit that time. So Los Angeles will take it the other way. Kicks it out to Leonard. And Covington sends it back. And it's the Trailblazers on the break. The shot by Lillard wide open. Lillard again missing. The Clippers have gone 3 of 4 from the field to start out the game. And that one's good. Leonard.
Not afraid to get physical there. Leonard makes the shot in spite of the contact.
Now here's Lillard. Here in the first, just under 2.5 minutes played so far. Portland moving the ball around. Down to 5 on the shot clock. No good off the front iron. Los Angeles leading by 5. Pass to George. Trailblazers have gone just 2 of 7 so far. A little bit of a slow start for them. And so the ball out of bounds. McCollum touched it last.
A flat-out loss of concentration. That kind of turnover will drive a coach crazy.
A different look now for Portland. Enes Kanter's checked in for Yusuf Nurkic. Anthony comes in for Robert Covington. And it's Simons in for Damian Lillard. The Clippers also changing it up. Mann's checked in, and Reggie Jackson subbed in for Patrick Beverly.
They've wasted no time settling into their offense.
And Simons has got the ball here for the Trailblazers. They trail by 7. And a wide open look for McCollum, and Kanter able to finish.
When it comes to offensive rebounding, Kanter has led the league in offensive boarding rates. I mean, when you think about it, perhaps the best at picking up his teammates' misses.
Now here's Jackson. George finds Ibaka. And oh, he blocked it and deflects off the backboard. To the middle, Anthony. The putback is no good. Clippers leading by 5. Left side, Leonard. Stolen by Kanter. And here we go. Trailblazers with a fast break. McCollum with the ball. The shot's good from Kanter.
I mean, look, he's evolved as a passer over the course of his career. Get to the right spot, McCollum will find you.
Jackson passes to Ibaka. Back to Jackson. Out to Ibaka. The dish to George. And he elevates, and then the slam. Kanter did not like that.
And putting his explosive athleticism on full display there. George is capable of some highlight reel dunks.
Here's Kanter. That falls. Nice feed that time from McCollum. Kanter's got 6.
And really, it's been a major aspect of their offense in the early stages here. Their success working the ball inside and getting points from close range.
Now here's Jackson. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. Passes to Mann. Shoots over Powell. Mann gets the bucket. Trailblazers trail by 5. Simons the pass to Canner. Out to Anthony. Back to Canner. And Canner throws it down.
A strong finish by Cantor. The contact doesn't seem to affect his mechanics at all.
Gets it off. The shot that time, not on target. Paul George, he's been the guy making things happen for... Some good action already in this one, but a fairly even matchup after the first quarter of play. And guys, what's your take on the Clippers so far?
Yeah, in that first period, they look to push in transition at every opportunity.
With the game being fast-paced these days, you can expect this from a lot of teams, but they did it very well.
They've got Enes Kanter. Anthony is out there with Jones. Then it's Rondé Hollis-Jefferson. And it's Simons in at the point guard. They're the group the Portland Trailblazers will start the second quarter with. And Kennard wide open. He shoots. And it's off from three-point range. Portland trailing here. Stolen by Zubac. Here's Cousins. Got a hand on it, and they'll keep possession. They recover it and can't hit the shot, but they're saying he got hacked, so he'll head to the free throw line.
It's very difficult for the D to cleanly contest Cousins. Just a hulking presence who bullies his way into shooting fouls.
And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time. Looking at current NBA players, Greg, leaving aside the real star players, who would you love to have played with from this era?
Man, there's so many guys that, you know, and I hate to call them role players because they bring so much more to the table, but in reality, they got to fill some roles, right? And, you know, John Collins is a guy who's got great potential, a tremendous finisher around the rim. How about Robert Covington, a smooth shooter who defends his tail off? Davis Bertans, a deadly floor spacer who can put the ball down and create and make plays. So there's so many guys like that in the league that make a difference in determining whether your team can win or lose.
Boy, those are 3 names I don't know that I would have mentioned, so I'm glad you did. So it's the Clippers now. Portland making their last shot. 6 to shoot. Kennard with the ball. Hollis-Jefferson's there.
And he rushed that one, no doubt about it. The D out of position, you could see the frustration on his face.
Oh, and the jam by Anthony.
And how about the incredible timing on that alley-oop?
He absolutely hammered it down. Left side Jackson. That one good for 2. And the Clippers lead by 4.
And Jackson is a genius at finishing on his drives. He just has so many tricks up his sleeve.
Outside, Jones. Up top, Canner. Back to Jones. Shoots a fader. A putback, and Cantor able to finish. Cantor's got 12.
He makes so many hustle plays, and here he's working the offensive glass for the tip-in.
Outside Jackson. Kennard for 3. And again, Los Angeles with the triple.
I mean, it took him a long time to get into the flow of the game, but the points are starting to come for him now.
Simons surveying the D. Anthony in the corner. Pulled the shot a little left, but the bounce goes his way. Anthony's got 4 points this quarter.
And the shooting form of Anthony, just perfect. He's dangerous with the catch and shoot and just terrific at scoring when in rhythm.
The open shot by Kennard. That's good, and it's Jackson with the assist that time. Trailblazers trail by 5. Simons the pass to Hollis-Jefferson. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass.
And they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing the ball into the paint.
You know, Anthony's getting more floor time last season. He worked his way into the Blazers' rotation. He's still young, though. It seems like he can carve a role out on this team.
Now here's Jackson. Lays it up and banks it in. Jackson's got his second bucket tonight.
Wow, and Jackson is just crafty down inside. He has such a quick release that even taller defenders can't get to it in time.
Hollis Jefferson passes to Canner. Here's Simons. Trying to find Canner. Gets it to him.
Those plays can make a difference in a game like this.
Well, you know it's going to fire up, Greg, everybody on that bench.
And rightfully so. Also, how lackluster was the defense right there with the score this tight?
And that one is good from Zubats.
Oh, that's a well-deserved assist. Not every player has the vision to make that feed.
Hollis Jefferson can't hit. Clippers leading by 5. Whistle blows. Bucket is good. And he'll have a chance at the line to make it a 3-point play.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
An almost entirely new group here for Portland. Yusuf Nurkic, he's checked in for Enes Kanter. Robert Covington comes in for Anthony. Powell, he's checked in for Jones. And Damian Lillard subbed in for Anthony Simons. George drops in the layup for 2. George has got 11.
Nice play by George. This is what size on the wing gives you, the option to pick your spot anywhere on the floor.
Now here's Lillard. Here's Nurkic to the left side wing. This is his first trip to the line tonight. Free throw good. Damian Lillard.
And what I love about Lillard now, I mean, the excellence. He's so consistent. That's how you do it. You come out, you bust your butt, and you compete at a high level every night. Oh, you can get spoiled watching him at the line. I mean, you just expect him to make every one every time.
Leonard attacking, and Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
The finish was nice, but the setup was better.
Yeah, gee. All right, David, thank you, and stay with us, folks. We'll be back just after halftime to get the...
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody. An outstanding first quarter for Paul George. He had 11 points, 2 rebounds, and 1 assist. And taking a look at the Clippers. And that...
And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. It's been a clinic so far from Enes Kanter.
You just love the patience in that first half. Waited until he got the look he wanted.
Yeah, working the ball, getting clean, quality looks. I mean, just efficient basketball through and through.
And the Clippers, looking at who they've got. We've got Kawhi Leonard. Paul George is out there with Patrick Beverley. Then it's Marcus Morris, and it's Ibaka in at the 5, roaming the paint. And George, here we go. Yep, that one goes. He's got 13.
And I just love the aggressiveness from George, just slicing apart the defense with that terrific ability to penetrate.
Lillard way outside. That misses, had a chance to tie it there.
And that was a little bit of a range check for him.
Oh, trying to take advantage of that extra space on the perimeter. I mean, we see a lot of this now.
McCollum with the ball. It's Ibaka picking him up. Lillard from outside. Again, the miss by Lillard. And so George will bring it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. 3-point lead. They grab their own miss. Shots good by Ibaka. Ibaka's got his first basket of the night.
And the ability to generate points off offensive rebounds, something Ibaka did a lot earlier in his career before he started spending so much time on the perimeter.
Lillard outside. Fires from deep. Tries again. From deep 3-point range. Again, the miss by the Trailblazers.
And you know what? He's just not on his game. No doubt about it.
Wow, hammering it in.
And at about 230 pounds, Leonard is a well-built specimen. Can absorb defenders like it's nothing.
Zach Collins checked in for the Trailblazers. And Los Angeles making a change here as well. Mann's checked in. Greg, so many people know your story. Born and raised in Las Vegas. It must have been an amazing feeling then to lead UNLV to its only championship.
I mean, Kevin, you know, playing in front of so many people, you know, has its pros and cons.
Right.
But to be a part of that 1990 championship team and the only one we've been able to hoist and to have my jersey hanging in that rafter, it's humbling, and yes, it brings back a lot of fond memories.
Like historically good, right? When you think of that team, what that meant, it has a historic place.
It does. We felt like we were able to etch our mark in terms of the lures of the game of college basketball.
Great open look there. And now just a 4-point Clipper lead.
He's a pure scorer. I mean, one of the purest we've seen in this league. McCollum, he has a sweet-looking jump shot.
Leonard against Collins. Ibaka.
And that's the kind of lead pass we've come to expect from him.
The Trailblazers have gone 3 of 7 on field goal attempts here in the second half. McCollum dishes to Nurkic. Now here's McCollum. D right on him. And here comes Leonard leading the fast break. And then Leonard with the dunk.
And busting it up the floor. Leonard showing a lot of energy on the fast break. If there's one thing he doesn't lack, it's hustle.
Here's Powell and the dunk by Powell.
And wait to finish and cut into that lead a little bit.
Yeah, but look at the basket guy still shaking. Collins against Leonard. Back to Beverly. He feeds it to Leonard. Some nice passing here by Los Angeles. Here's Ibaka. It's hauled in by the Trailblazers.
Man, you don't see this fella blow many layups. Not against D like that, anyway.
A 3 from McCollum. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. McCollum's got 5 points now this quarter.
And sometimes McCollum is automatic from there. You can't give him the shot if you're in the deep.
And here's Leonard. 9 points in the game so far. Ibaka, no luck.
He'll breathe a big sigh of relief if they hang on to win this game. He's not done much to contribute tonight.
Morris with the rebound. Los Angeles leading by 3. Beverly wide open. Second chance effort. Leonard scored the bucket. He's made 5 so far, shooting a very clean 5 of 7.
His shooting has been outstanding. Definitely one of the reasons they're up in this game.
And there's the call on Patrick Beverly. That'll be his second foul of the game. A different look now for Portland. Robert Covington's checked in for Zach Collins. Carmelo Anthony comes in for Norman Powell. And it's Simons in for Damian Lillard. Jackson gets the bucket.
Well, even when Jackson gets bodied on the drive, he finishes the job. What persistent from the point guard.
Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. And McCollum launches it from deep. Again, the miss by the Trailblazers. Jackson with it. 6 points for him. Pass to Kennard. The tray. The shot misses. And so it's Los Angeles, bringing the quarter to a close with a 7-point lead. And with 3 quarters behind us, let's see what this fourth period holds in store for us. And so Beverly will bring it up for Los Angeles. 7-point differential. Our fourth quarter action underway, presented by Gatorade. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups. On the floor for Portland, Robert Covington out there with Anthony. Then there's Yusuf Nurkic. Then there's McCollum. And it's Simons in at the 1 spot. Morris against Covington. Simons, the pass to Covington. Out of bounds. Portland takes possession. The Trailblazers shooting with confidence, 50% from the field so far. The shot by George, wide open. A chance to extend the lead to double digits, but it's no good. A 3 from McCollum. Kept alive.
Hard work and soft hands, guys. That's what made that play possible.
No simple offensive rebound there. Going for the tip-in. Kennard against McCollum. And the dunk by Zubac.
Oh, as good as he is at creating his own shot, Kennard is also a solid distributor. Doesn't miss the open man when he spots him.
Now the pass to Simons. Back to McCollum. Lets the three fly. It's hauled in by the Clippers.
His touch has been off tonight, and now his judgment is off too. I mean, come on. It's not a smart shot. Oh, they get away with it here, but that's not a shot you should ever be giving them.
Trying to break that ice-cold streak and finished off by Nurkic.
A physical player with a large frame. Nurkic was seemingly unbothered by the contact.
Here's George. Makes it off the glass. And the Clippers lead by 7.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
McCollum deciding where to go with it. Buries the long-range jumper.
Once he turned it on, he became a force in this game. Not sure where this guy was in the first half.
And so they choose to intentionally foul.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
An almost entirely new group here for Portland. Enes Kanter's checked in for Nurkic. Norman Powell comes in for Robert Covington. Jones checked in for C.J. McCollum. And Damian Lillard subbed in for Anthony Simons. The Clippers also making some changes. Serge Ibaka has checked in for Zubac. Kawhi Leonard comes in for Morris. And it's Patrick Beverley in for Reggie Jackson.
Oh, a deadly, decisive shooter. Once Kennard gets a good look he likes, he ain't gonna hesitate.
Pass to Kanter. Three-pointer, Lillard. And another three for Portland.
Gotta admire the passion Lillard plays with. He knows he loves having the ball in his hands.
And Beverley kicks to Ibaka. To the paint. Here's George. In it goes for the 8th time in 10 tries.
That's not who they want guarding him. I mean, the size mismatch is just too big. All he has to do is just keep attacking the rim.
Now Lillard. Chalk up 2 there.
Well, talking about Lillard, he's so good as a scorer in the paint. I mean, probably just as good as any point guard.
George dishes to Leonard. A bit under 3.5 minutes have passed here in the 4th. It's good.
It's been like this all night for both teams. The offenses having their way.
Yeah, but defensively, neither side has been able to adjust, and that's reflected in the score.
Here's Lillard. Basket is good. And here we go. A coach's challenge has been initiated. We'll have to now review the personal foul in question.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
And the free throw no good, but they'll get the ball back here.
Yeah, when he was in high school in California, Kawhi won the state's Mr. Basketball Award.
The coach's challenge has been issued. A game like this, out of the wire, this is what it's for.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Thanks, guys. I got a chance to hear Terry Stotts talk to his team during that timeout. He talked about X's and O's, but he also said, hey, guys, we got to trust each other, stick together, and leave it all out on the floor. See if they've got enough left to get over the top, Kevin.
Here's George, and that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. It's going to be on Yusuf Nurkic.
As crafty as they come. George has lots of experience when it comes to mixing up defenders.
They get what they want out of that trip. Now a 2-possession game.
Lillard way outside. And no good that time. And it's the Clippers taking it the other way. And Robert Covington picks up the foul. That's his first foul of the game, and the bonus will go to the free throw line. It's the first, and that increases their lead to 6. And so he drops them both. It's a 7-point game.
Those free throws helping him to make the lead even safer.
It counts! And now they trail by just 4.
And Lillard is known for being a clutch shooter. He's the guy they go to. He's the guy they believe in.
High post to Baca. Leonard kicks to George. It's a nice passing here by Los Angeles. Back to Leonard. Inside, Nurkic with the steal.
No time to waste on this possession.
Yeah, they got to get into the play fast and execute. It's your only hope.
And so it's Leonard with it. He'll bring it up for the Clippers. Powell with the steal. One-on-one here. The 3 from McCollum. Yes! And that shot brings them to within just 1.
And McCollum is a lethal scorer, especially when the game is on the line. Love how under control he is.
They're going to prolong the game here with an intentional foul.
You have to foul, but I'm sure they would have liked to foul someone different.
So he gets them both, and it's a 3-point game.
Those were pressure-packed free throws, and he looked as cool as he could be. So big to give them that 3-point lead.
So it's the Clippers taking the win in a close. David, thank you as always. And that'll do it, folks. And here were the Clippers arriving earlier, getting mentally prepared to go to work on the road. And the Clippers starting five. Kawhi Leonard is out there with Ibaka. Then it's Paul George. Then it's Patrick Beverley. And it's Morris in at the three, the small forward. And for Brooklyn, Jordan is out there with Durant. Then it's Joe Harris. Then it's Harden. And it's Irving in at the point. He dishes it to Harden. Offensive rebound. And staying with the play, Irving.
Oh, great timing. He is one tough customer on that offensive glass.
You know, it's like he has a sixth sense of where that rebound is going. George, no good. And it's Irving with the ball for the Nets. The 19-foot shot. It's hauled in by Beverley.
And that's okay. Even though you miss, you had the right guy taking the shot.
And Kevin Durant, one of the greatest scorers to ever play. Now, not the most prolific scorer, but perhaps the most talented. He's dangerous from any part of the floor.
Lobs it up for Jordan.
And arguably no one in the NBA draws more attention than Harden. Part of why I think he creates so many opportunities for others.
And it's Leonard at the elbow. Ibaka, the pass to Morris. Kicks to Beverley. Clock at 6. Oh, and he's going up for the alley-oop here. Stolen by Harden. In transition, here come the Nets. Nobody near Irving. And off the front iron, and in it goes.
I mean, Kyrie, too pure of a shooter to let him catch and shoot with that much space.
Greg, as scores go, Kevin Durant's as efficient as any.
I mean, Durant has an insane field goal percentage for the shots that he takes. I mean, when you factor in how many threes he puts up, it gets even more impressive. Durant takes so many shots where he's covered and is still efficient. It's just mind-blowing. Oh, taking it to the rack with power.
Hammering down the two-hand slam.
Silky smooth stroke. Nice touch. Paul George is a terrific jump shooter.
For Brooklyn, they've gotten 4 of 6 field goal attempts to drop in the first quarter. Harden kicks to Harris. No good on the triple. Los Angeles has gone 0 of 2 from deep here to the middle. Here's Ibaka over Jordan, and he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2.
I love how Ibaka's developed this little pump fake. If you're the defense, you can't overreact against him.
Griffin's checked in for Brooklyn. And Los Angeles making a change here as well. Jackson's checked in.
Well, he's come through for them at the line today, and you love having a big fella who's so capable on his free throw.
For 3, Harris. Morris with the rebound.
Definitely a situation you want to make sure you don't give him too good of a look.
And boy, Kawhi is the perfect target. The big reach get to the pass and the great hands on the catch.
It's Harden with... Oh!
No, he didn't.
And this is how a floor leader makes a statement. Harden just put the other team on notice.
Jackson against Irving. And the dunk by Jackson.
Never a bad idea to run the old pick play.
You're right. And if it produces a slam like that, we'll probably see more of them.
Especially if the defense is going to allow you to do it. Have to switch on that play.
Hey, Greg, you played in a different era of NBA defense. When you look at how defense is played now in the league, how do you feel about it?
You know, Kevin, I think the introduction of the zone, by and large, has been great. You get a lot more switching, and I think it brings more skill into the game. Don't get me wrong. I do miss the physicality that we had back in the 90s, but I tell you what, right now, my body wishes I had the opportunity to play in this era.
I bet it does. Here's what Brooklyn's going with right now. Brownie's checked in for Harden, and Dinwiddie subbed in for Irving. Here's Batum, the pass to Zubac, and 2 shots coming up at the line. And here we go with the coach's challenge. Not surprised in a competitive game like this. And he's disputing the personal foul call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, Personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
It's deflected.
At the point guard position, Patrick Beverly is a great shot blocker.
And you know what? You allow a guy to get right to the rim like that, that's your only option.
Brooklyn shooting their first free throws of the game on this trip to the line. And the Nets making a change here. Claxton's checked in. Reggie Jackson's checked in for the Clippers. Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Puts up a three. Traps in the tray. Jackson's got 5 points so far.
Looking at Reggie's motion, it's a little bit of a push shot, but able to get it to go.
A nice first quarter of play. We've seen plenty of offense so far. The Clippers on top as they end the first quarter on a 14-6 run. 2K Sports back in a moment here.
As a team, as a unit, as a roster.
Greg Dinwiddie, one of those players who seems to adapt to any situation.
I mean, he's versatile, total team player, will do whatever is asked of him. He's really emerged after being picked in the second round a few years ago.
And some good action in the books as we get back to the game that's been pretty close here so far. And let's quickly break down the game we've seen from the Clippers, guys.
Well, they've been aggressive from the beginning, particularly on the offensive end.
And that has helped them build an advantage here, playing with good focus and good energy.
Taking a look at Los Angeles. Kawhi Leonard is out there with Ivica Zubac. Then there's Jackson. Then there's DeMarcus Cousins. And it's Kennard in at the 2 spot. Catching up on the changes for the Clippers. Nicholas Batum. He's checked in for Kawhi Leonard. And it's Patrick Beverly in for Jackson. Here's Zubac. He kicks to Cousins. Back to Zubac. Clippers moving the ball around. 6 to shoot. Kennard for 3. He's off on that one. The Nets shooting 47% from the floor. Getting it done. KD drives in. Got it. And he's now 3 for 5 from the field.
It's a pick your poison situation with KD. You can't give him space, but he's got the handle to go right by you.
Beverly the pass to Cousins. And too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation. So for the Nets, James Harden, he's checked in for Durant, and Irving subbed in for Dinwiddie. The Clippers also changing it up. Leonard, he's checked in for Batum. And Georgia subbed in for Luke Kennard. Lobs it up for Jordan. Up high to stuff the alley-oop.
What strength by DeAndre. Really love seeing him sky up for the thunderous slam.
And Beverly kicks to Zubac. Here's George. Falls through. He's now made 2 of 4.
This is why you're trying to get him as many touches as possible. He's got the neck. The homecoming for Paul George, playing in LA with the Clippers. They gave up a king's ransom to OKC. 5 first-round picks and Danilo Gallinari and Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
And guys, the Clippers were willing to give almost anything for PG because they basically got Kawhi Leonard in the deal as well.
And let's remember, GA, he could have been a Laker. They would have had to trade away the 2nd pick in the 2017 draft. That or Brandon Ingram. Their loss became the Clippers' game.
Catching up on the changes for the Clippers. Baca comes in for Ivica Zubac. And Reggie Jackson subbed in for Patrick Beverly. Harris is checked in for Brown. Brooklyn shooting their 5th attempt at the line in the game. And that one misses. Clippers trail by 6. And here's George for 3. James Harden with the rebound. Outside Irving. Drains the 19-footer. Irving's got 6 points.
He is able to create his shot at will. Kyrie is fun to watch.
Outside Jackson for 3. Rebound Brooklyn. Irving passes to Jordan, and DeAndre Jordan throws it down.
Oh, and the lead gets bigger on a ridiculous offensive sequence.
That dunk alone would have been spectacular. Never mind it coming at the end of an alley-oop. Pass to George. That one drops for him.
Here in the second quarter, he's looking much more comfortable with his offense.
Harden outside, wide open. And he gets the friendly spin, and that one drops. Harden's got the lead up to 10 now for the Nets. For Los Angeles, they've gone just 2 of 8 shooting here in the second quarter. Jordan against Jackson. Jordan inside. That's good, and it's his 4th basket of the game. He's a strong 4 for 6.
And not hard to see why they are giving up points on this run. Just too many good looks from in close.
And here's George for 3. In the hoop for his 4th field goal. 4 for 7 shooting and looking for more.
I love the confidence he's shooting with. Big improvement here in the second period.
George against Harden. And Jordan has it in the corner. Outside Irving. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Jordan. Jordan's got 3 assists in the game. George way outside. Jordan with the rebound.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
Harris passes to Claxton. Here is Harden. He's got 6. Lobs it up for Jordan. Hammers the alley-oop through.
That play is made because of Kyrie's vision and his willingness to share the basketball.
The 3 from George. And that's collected by DeAndre Jordan. Jordan's got his 7th rebound here tonight. Irving against Jackson. And it's blocked by Ibaka.
And that's how you do it. Ibaka still able to surprise people very quick off the floor.
And didn't do anything fancy there, but didn't need to.
Nope, his only concern right now is getting the points on the board. And I don't mean style points. From deep Harden. And that one released in time, but no good. Thank you, David. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the second half momentarily.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to a nice show being put on tonight by DeAndre Jordan. He had 12 points. Thanks for joining.
And with the big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. DeAndre Jordan has been sensational.
And he was an absolute monster on the offensive glass in that first half. I don't know how you slow him down.
Basketball 101. You've got to put a body on him. Unfortunately, that's a fundamental that's gone by the wayside.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for the second half of basketball. Setting the floor for the Nets. Kyrie Irving is out there with Harden. And it's Durant. Then it's Joe Harris. And it's Jordan in at the 5 spot.
And Smitty, you know what Pat Beverly is going to bring every night. A fearless, ferocious, at times almost sociopathic level of intensity. And this guy just does not take a possession off.
You know, he's one of those guys I would have to question even playing with him. He plays so hard. I know I hate playing against him.
And Kennard wide open. He shoots. Great look, but off the mark.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead.
Knows where everybody is. If there's an open man, Durant's going to find him.
That's a 2 from Kennard. And again, no good by the Clippers.
The struggle is real. He's been way off with his shot all evening long.
And Harris wide open. He shoots, and a miss there on the triple. Clippers trail by 12. In the corner, Kennard with it. And Batum kicks to Ibaka. Kennard for three. Rebounded by the Nets. Jordan's got 9 rebounds in the game. Getting it done.
Very cold start to the second half. 1 for 5, looking for some continuity.
And Harden's such a creative scorer, especially when he gets in close to the basket.
Passes it to Ibaka. Kennard with the ball. Fires for three. No good. Shot missing. The Nets go the other way with it.
He's kind of lost his way this period, having a hard time getting anything to go down.
Lobs it up for Jordan.
Well, I'm surprised at the lack of adjustments defensively. Jordan's been killing them all night.
Clippers trail by 16. Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
Pass to Kennard. Can they get it? Gets the three-pointer to fall. Kennard's got 2 now from beyond the arc in the third for Los Angeles. Irving finds Harris. Nets passing it around. A nice shot by Jordan.
Fantastic ball movement. They're picking them apart with their passing.
Los Angeles has gone into the three-point range 4 times since halftime and buried 2 of them. Here's Beverly, and the layup is good. Beverly's got 5 now.
When he's not shooting threes, you'll find Patrick Beverly at the rim.
On the wing, Harris from the arc. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. Ibaka's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Kennard for 3, and another 3 for the Clippers.
Their ability, again, to stretch the floor, particularly in this second half.
This was obviously a focal point coming out of the break. Looks smart.
And once Harden has momentum behind him, watch out. But love seeing the beard flush it down there with some power.
Kennard for 3. Rebound, Brooklyn. At one point, they led by 16. Irving dishes to Harris. Kicks it out to Harden. And blocked. That one goes careening off the glass. Now the Clippers moving it up. Batum passes to Morris. Dishes to Ibaka. And he uses the glass on the layup.
When you have someone with Ibaka's size and coordination, it's a crime not to get him some looks inside.
Shot and game clock separated by 5. There's the lob for Harris.
And what an alley-oop. Those two read each other so well.
It's a play I'm sure they love to run. And here's Beverly. He has 5. Kennard for 3. Knocks down the 3 ball. Kennard's got it back down to single digits for the Clippers.
Always working to find open territory. Kennard's lethal in catch and shoot.
And offensively, a great show for the fans through the first 3 quarters. It's been a fun game to watch. It's the Nets, up 9. Live from Brooklyn, New York, you're watching 2K Sports. And a moment now as we take a look at our State Farm assists of the game.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery?
Execution. This is what you practice every day. These guys are professionals. Beautiful play.
And this is it. Glad to have you along for this 4th and final quarter. And on the floor for the Clippers here in the 4th, we've got DeMarcus Cousins. Paul George is out there with Reggie Jackson. Then there's Kawhi Leonard, and it's man in at the 3. Here's Jackson, and the dunk by Jackson.
Quick off his feet, the long arms, easy jam for Jackson.
Nets leading by 9. Dinwiddie kicks to Brown. That one falls coming off Dinwiddie's feet. Brown's got his first points of the game.
Man, have they been effective at getting the ball inside.
And here's George for three. Offensive rebound, Cousins. That one doesn't drop.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Poked away. Brown the pass to Griffin. And that's a foul. It's called on Reggie Jackson. That is his first foul of the game. We've played just over 1 minute here in the fourth quarter. The putback, he hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points. And the Nets lead by 13.
And those second chance points really become almost like bonus points when you can get them.
And Leonard gets it to go on the assist by George. Greg, you're the all-time assist leader for the Big West Conference. In that frame, talk about some of the traits that make for a good floor general, a good point guard, a good facilitator.
Yeah, I mean, listen, you have to be a leader because that's what the position calls for. Unselfishness, instincts, that stuff matters. But ultimately, your teammates got to feel like you played for them. And that's when you have a chance as a team to be special.
I'm assuming you've always been like that. Am I correct?
No, that is not
really?
true.
Wow.
I evolved into a leader. In all seriousness, I think some guys are natural. Others, like myself, had to evolve into it.
Here's Harden. And again, no good by Brooklyn. George looking around. Outside Jackson. That falls. Nice speed that time from George. Jackson's got 5 points now this quarter.
Excellent pass, PG-13, keeping his eyes up, using his vision.
Dinwiddie passes to Griffin. Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. Oh, Griffin in position.
I love that shot. He can make that consistently. Keep going to him. Keep feeding Blake Griffin.
Clippers trail by 11. George dishes to Leonard. And it's KD with the rebound. KD's got 6 rebounds in the game. He lobs it up.
Trying to attack the heart of that defense with great teamwork.
LA's gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the fourth quarter. On the wing, Jackson shoots. And the rebound goes to Griffin. And here's Griffin. He'll bring it up for the Nets. At one point, they led by 16. Kicks it out to Harden. Oh, Griffin in position. Throws down the alley-oop slam.
Well, credit them for maintaining that aggression, even being up this much.
They don't want to leave no chance for a comeback. Just focus on playing the right way.
Kennard, and the jumper is on the mark. Kennard's got 14 points now in the second half.
That's the leadership they're looking for from Jackson. Staying patient, surveying the court, locates the open man.
Dinwiddie's shot is off.
Okay, that's frustrating. You work hard to get these open looks. You know he liked that one back.
The shot's good from Kennard.
And guys, there are some you can give that shot to, but let's be clear, he's not one of them. Terrible job there by the D. And now as the clock ticks down, this is going to end up as a solid victory here for the Nets.
Nothing like second chance buckets to pick up the scoring pace.
Yeah, it was impressive how they piled on the extra points, hitting the offensive glass, and then also winning the 50-50 ball battle.
And we watched one guy all night long, guys, and looking at the stats just confirms what a dominant game he had. What a night tonight it was for DeAndre Jordan.
He was really important under the basket, making the plays down low and getting position to pull in rebounds.
Now 8 seconds separating the two clocks. Dinwiddie finds Durant. The kick out to Brown. Here's Harden on the wing. Just 5 on the clock. Offensive struggles continue, missing again. Kennard for 3. The shot, no good. Can't get it to fall. And so it's Brooklyn with the win. It was a thank you, David. Great interview once again. Well, folks, that's going to do it for...
you